Hi, it's Cami, founder of Just Brook, and I'm so excited you're here tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about relationships and self-love. So, why are some relationships good and other relationships bad? Really, like, what's the difference? When we're in each relationship that we get ourselves into, 50% of it is all about us. And so, relationships should be a little easier, shouldn't they? And why are some relationships set up for success and others set up for failure? Well, looking back at my life and then, different friends I've spoken to over the years and looking at things that are going on in their lives as well, I found that when we're not in a good spot ourselves, misery loves company. So if we are upset about something or just not feeling it, then that relationship it will eventually just die out. For example, I used to try to blame my ex-husband constantly because we had bad marriage there for a while, and but whenever I took a step back a few years later, I realized I wasn't committed to that relationship mentally. I was faithful, but I wasn't committed to that relationship mentally, and I wasn't giving it my all. So is it really his fault that everything went south? Like I try to always blame him. No, it wasn't. And as I've grown as a person and just like watching other people over the years and helping other people, I've realized that when we're happy ourselves, we can turn anything around. And so sometimes we just have to reflect on ourselves. So if we're in a relationship where we're not very happy, starting and with the growing process inside and really evaluating what's going on within ourselves can a lot of times remedy a lot of the problems that are continuous in that relationship. Um, for example, like when I was married, my brother had died and I was having a bunch of health issues and things like that. So that's what my focus was on. My focus wasn't on trying to have a happy marriage and doing other wifely things. My focus was on despair and grief. And yes, I needed someone to be there with me and, hold my hand through all of that. And that didn't happen for me. But at the same time, if I would have maybe changed my focus to involve my ex-husband, which I'm definitely not in love with my ex-husband, so don't think I am. But if I would have maybe changed my focus and included him in different things, then we would have done some fun things. It would have helped with the grief, and it would have most likely helped my marriage as well. So, those are some ways that relationships can go south without even realizing it. When you don't consciously think about your what's going on in your life and you just kind of go on autopilot, not only does your relationship go on autopilot, but everything in your life will as well. So that's why it's important to just take a few minutes every day for yourself and meditate or exercise or do whatever that place is that puts you in your happy spot. Kind of evaluate what's going on, because as you do that, you will probably realize some things that you could possibly be doing wrong. And I'm not saying we're to blame for everything, but the only person we can change and have control of is ourselves. So if we start putting forth more effort and really uh, look at what we truly want in life. So for other people that are single out there, I have this course on where you like build a bubble for yourself and put all your good things in there, and then you build a bubble for two. So that kind of puts you in the right frame of mind, because a lot of times whenever we're in relationships or like choosing friends and things like that, we'll choose someone that doesn't exactly work for us, and we keep kind of choosing those same people over and over again because we're comfortable with that. We already know the outcome, and basically we date the same person or friend the same people time and time again, and they may have a different name, but their personalities are quite the same. And to move on to the next level and to get to a place where your life can change, you have to really evaluate what you're doing, so that way you'll be able to expand and get out of the toxic relationships. And once you do that and you start feeling more self-love, then you won't be in those, you'll realize that those relationships that weren't working, you can't fix them in another relationship. And that's when you start growing and really finding success in relationships and work and just all aspects of your life. And while we can't stop the magic of love, especially for a hopeless romantic like me, we can definitely set ourselves up for success. So comment me below to learn more about how we can work together to set you up for magical success. Also, next Monday, I'm so excited. I'm going to be on the radio. I have a 30-minute interview, so I'm going to have that link online. So I hope y'all listen and just get in touch with me, and we can talk about how we can start turning things around in your life. Also, I'm super excited. Next week, I am going to also start my medical like groups for, well, it's not really a group, medical one-on-ones for people facing health issues and disease process teaching somewhat, but compliance, and just to get to the heart of what's going on emotionally as people are getting diagnosed with their disease processes, or when they've come to a point where they realize it's time to get compliant and they haven't been in a long time. Anyway, so glad you were here tonight. Talk to you later. Bye bye.